Oh my God. You guys, this is going to be a little wonky and I'll tell you why. Hi, my name is Chris Fair and welcome to my channel where today I'm doing 90 Day Fiance, the season 7 of the regular 90 Day. We'll talk about the tell-alls and then we'll talk about the new season of Plain Old Day. No, it's actually 90 Day Fiance before the 90 days. Okay, so this is what's happening if things look and sound weird. I was supposed to go live at 6:30. I cannot find my webcam. And on top of that, I cannot get my computer to stream from Google Chrome. Couldn't do it. Like, I don't know if I like put on some bananas cookies or whatever, or there's something wrong with my browser. Honey, I just kept clearing them cookies and nothing would happen. I'm so, like, this is wonky. I mean, I have no idea. You guys will really have to tell me how, and I can't wait to see what the quality of this stream is. But I'm going to pray and hope for the best. You know, people are already in the room. I'm so happy to see you guys. I'm going to try and, you know, I mean, I don't know what to tell you. Like, this is going to be as good as it gets. I'm on my phone. You're looking at this on my phone. That's what's happening. I'm going to have to, like, touch my computer in order to see what's the stuff I want to talk about. It's, you know, here's the thing. If you watched my very personal live goal settings for 2020, this is a perfect example of the 2 goals I set for myself, which is to be less reactive and to radically accept the present moment. Am I a little disheartened that I can't find my camera nor is my browser working and therefore I feel like I'm giving you a subpar live experience? Yes. But I'm here, you guys are here, and I'm actually really happy to be talking to you. And that's the best part of this. It's not about what live camera I have or my setup, although we are creatures of comfort. So, okay, let's talk about it. So we have a lot of things to discuss, don't we? I want to discuss, obviously, the tell-alls and that we've experienced with those boring ass couples. And then I also want to talk about the new season of Before the 90 Day and all the couples, which here's the thing. Every season, you know, I start off being like a little excited. Like, I'm into it. I love new people, you know, and I really don't like having to see the same olds all the time. Because I feel like these new people are more authentic. I can't see them working behind the scenes like I can do the other stuff. And it's not always them, it's like the producers setting up things and everything to make things seem like insincere and set up. So, but so far it seems like they got a great group of not self-conscious people with bananas situations. So, okay, so let's start with the old and end with the new. So another thing that's going to happen is I can't really talk to you guys as much as I would like to, because I can't really even see your comments that much because I'm on my phone. It's not, I mean, I'm not even like, you know, I can, like, things are popping up but they're just like gone in a hurry. So if you want to tell me something great, I love you. I will see, I think, a super chat because it makes it blaringly obvious, but you don't have to super chat me. You're just welcome to talk amongst yourselves. In the end, I'll try and like answer things or go over things, but that's going to be annoying, I think, to watch if you're rewatching this. So we are in it. Can someone go to Vanity Fair and tell them I'm live? Vanity Fair is my Facebook group, which you're all welcome to join. It's where I post the first things. Also, let me tell you what happened. So here, and I will go into this. So if you follow me on Instagram or Twitter or are part of Vanity Fair, David and Annie, who I met at a comedy show last year, invited, they had told the producer they were working with about they were going to do a comedy show and meet and greet in Phoenix. And so they invited me to come to Phoenix and pretty much host the show. And then I was going to bring Wa because the show was actually going to happen on her birthday. No, I'm sorry. I don't know why I said her because it's me. But then I realized I also was talking, I know my baby hairs are popping. Like, this little guy is like a little tuft that like will not be held down. I know, I got to like find a way to like smooth them forward. Is this how I'm supposed to do it? Like smooth them forward and like, it's like that, right? I have been drinking my water. Okay, so I was going to have it on my birthday, March 7th, but what ended up happening is that there was like some miscommunication and problems, not with me, just like some, some production issues. And so they had to cancel it. So I am actually really sad because I was hoping to see people, fans of the show, and I really love David and Annie, and I had just to do a comedy show on my birthday. That sounds really, really fun. So unfortunately that's not going to happen. So I did want to tell you, if you've been following me, I am doing a comedy show March 8th though, which is the day after my birthday in LA. It's called Throwing Punches, and it starts at 8, and it's at what is that place called? Oh no, she's going to kill me. Honey, you know what escapes her, but it's a Throwing Punches. It's in LA, like off of Coingo, Studio City. And follow me and I'll give you more information. Whew. Okay, so I'm excited about that. So I guess now I'm not traveling my birthday, which is good because of like the coronavirus. Who knows? I have no idea. So the tell-alls. Okay, let's talk about these couples. So we have our Shawn Robinson, honey, and she is like she's an impeccably dressed woman, and she has like all of the grace and all of the class and is so eloquent. It's just so interesting that she hosts these tell-alls because she seems like she should be hosting like Dateline, like an investigative reporter. Like her and Angela on the same stage, like, is a little confusing. And sometimes I wish that she was a little like less prim and proper and would be a little sassier with them, in the sense of she doesn't sometimes have the like, come on, honey, get on my page. Let's really talk about the talk. You know what I'm saying? Because she is so professional. Sometimes I want her to be like, come on. It's just us here. A couple of cameras, but like, what's the haps? You know, because sometimes it could be like, well, what did happen? And then she just kind of like lets it go at that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, this show is a little nitty gritty. So let's talk about Jasmine and Blake first. So broke down Iggy Azalea, broke down Cisco. So Blake comes in to this tell-all sitch with blazing turquoise contacts. I mean, contacts so bright, it like, I had to turn down the settings of my TV. Okay, what? It's like, I did a study abroad in France, and I got great contacts because at the time, which was in college, I really was obsessed with Olivia Hussey, who played Juliet in the Franco Zeffirelli version of Romeo and Juliet. Now, am I going to tell you? Yes, I kind of wish I had lighter eyes sometimes. Not to the point where I'm going to like teeny wise, like go to Africa and get like some crazy surgery to get them. I'll be honest, I kind of like also what I'm doing now. Now that I have like a blonder hair situation, I kind of like the blonde and brown eyes. It reminds me of old school Sleeping Beauty. Like that kind of look, Briar Rose. Okay, but why am I saying this? Because contacts look fake on everyone. And Blake, we've been watching you on TV with those eyes. Brown eyes. The eyes your mom gave you and your dad. We know what they look like. We've been watching you. It's Kanye West style offsetting to see you, like, you know, when he came to like the Met Ball or whatever with like crazy turquoise eyes. And even like the Kanye West thing was like fine because it was like an event, but like this was like just a tell-all, and we had to like watch you. I mean, it was like, again, when I did the gray contacts, I remember like a waiter came over to me and he's like, your eyes are like lasers. And I kind of was like, Kanye, and I kind of was like, yeah, you know, but at the same time, yeah, his eyes were like lasers to me. Like I couldn't stop lasering in on them. It felt like he looked like a Terminator to me. I don't know. I feel like there are ways of subtly, I think, changing your eyes that don't look as obs. Like I know people who sometimes do like who have like whatever eyes and do like a little like blue over it, like an enhancer. And I think that there's people with like darker eyes that can go to like a lighter shade of golden brown or hazel, which I guess I could do as well because my eyes are pretty dark. It's just that like when you live your life, when you like go from such an extreme to such an extreme, it's just very obvious. And also when you're up close to them, you can like see the contact, like move it around, like a little fishy in a pond, like, ooh, it's just like an aquarium. I mean, specifically his eyes were the color of like an aquarium. I mean, they were deep turquoise. So anyways, that's that. I think it's also like, he's going to have like his bleach blonde hair and his like blue eyes. I think you kind of have to pick one crazy thing to do to yourself to change. And am I being hypocritical because, as you know, I've dyed my hair blonde? You tell me. But I wouldn't sit here with like blonde hair and like green contacts. Especially you all have seen me on YouTube for the past like however many years. Like I don't hide a lot of the changes I've gone through. You can go back into my videos and see that I was like lost a lot of weight. Like those are up there. So it's like, yeah, I just wouldn't like start talking to you guys and be like, unless the first thing I said was, "Hi guys, I'm trying these contacts. This is what's happening." I would have to really be like, "Okay, let's first of all call a spade and, here's the whatever like elephant in the room. I have crazy contacts on." I can see what you're saying, Tana, and it's like it's hilarious. He's just, it's a little too much to have like be changing everything. Because then the question isn't like, oh, he's trying to enhance himself or he's trying to play around. It's kind of like, why are you not liking yourself as much as I think you should? And I think that also it's like, it's not just the eyes and the blonde hair. It's like the person that he chose, Jasmine, who doesn't seem like she likes him at all, who he is like obsessed with the way she looks physically. But you know what? She herself is very fake looking. And so maybe he's just, there's something about the aesthetic of being unnatural that he's into. Yeah, Jasmine has never seemed like super into him. She seems a little like looser in this tell-all than before, but at the same time, there really is not a lot of warmth in between them. Like, could you see them on Pillow Talk? No. Like, I can't even imagine them laying in the same bed together, And, like, Jasmine's always been crazy and hypocritical to me, or contradictory, in a sense of, like, she's like, I won't do this, I won't do that, I won't drink, and I'm so, like, intensely against you enjoying your friends or drinking. I hate your music. I don't want to go out. I don't like this. I don't like that. I don't like where I'm living. I just want to not work. Idolize my sister, although for some reason I'm not allowed to stay with her when she looks like she has a perfectly capable like one bedroom apartment in Hollywood. And I, have like, trailed her to the filler clinic like one too many times and have just like plumped up my face and lips in such a way. And I have tattoos. All of this is fine, but it just is like, why are you so like goody about other things? I don't drink. I don't go to clubs. Like, what do you do? It feels like you are just a sugar baby, an unfun, unsocial sugar baby wannabe. And you picked the wrong guy. I mean, she said she wanted to like be an Instagram content creator. And so maybe this is just like all part of her master plan. And I feel like now these days, like when we get into like these new couples on 90 Day, before the 90 days, and we talk about like the Nigerian rapping superstar, I just wonder like at this point, like, do they know, and like the matchmaker, do they know they're already going to be on this show? Like these people are in jobs and realms that becoming famous on a show would help them only too much, a little too much. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So Jasmine and Blake, they're a boring part of this tell-all. They're kind of just there. I mean, like we bring Blake's friends on again to just tell Jasmine how she should have enjoyed his music and should have been dancing at the club, when of all the things I can tell you about Jasmine, it's like that music was bad. Of all the things, it's like you can be mad at Jasmine for like not going to your friend's party and like having some like weird huffy puff at the dinner before and not letting Blake like have a drink there. That's more disheartening to me than like her showing up to the music thing and sitting through that song. And it's like, what, she's obviously like Finnish, obviously she keeps saying it, and then so they keep like blaming her Finnishness on like her finicky attitude, ha ha ha. But it's like, she's not, I mean, she didn't say the music was horrible. She just said if they weren't dating, she probably wouldn't be, he wouldn't be her favorite artist. She doesn't like rap, which is, I mean, the nicest way possible to be like, I hate that music. I hate his music. I hate, not into it. It's bad music. Not good. I'll tell you, like, give me, no, going back to that Nigerian superstar, give me that I Love You Tiffany song a billion times more. Is it Tiffany her name? We'll go into it. Like, over Blake's music, which was just like weird screaming over a beat. Oh, at the Mint. Oh, I don't know what I would do if I was dating someone and that's what came out of their mouth on stage and I had to just be like, I love it. Oh God, I love it so much. It's great. My, whew, it's so good. I'm tired from all the enjoying I had, you know. I mean, if it was me, I would have to be drunk to get through that night. And by drunk, I mean like Lucy and tipsy, you know. I wonder how many Instagram followers Jasmine has now, which I know is what she wanted, but she's so unentertaining and quite boring and cold that I can't imagine there's really people out there that are like, I need to follow her. I need to see her day-to-day life. I want to watch her put on makeup, but never any like eyelashes. The same old weird long eyeliner. Maybe some people like a mystery, and maybe that's her thing, you know, like she's, yes, aloof, she's, and maybe like not warm, and like I am just the opposite. I'm like too warm in a sense. I like talk too much. I like share too much of my life, like with people, men specifically. I think that I'm just like an overshare. Not that I'm like, this is what, you know, like what my period's like, but like at the same time, I think that I just like have a natural tendency to want to connect with people. And so like, I'm only too happy to like facilitate that by expressing myself, you know, God bless. I like chill, shy people. I mean, you know what? I have to understand that not everyone is the same. And yeah, people, you know, I think are maybe drawn to the peace and serenity of an energy like that. And I could use a little more peace and serenity. So we're going to move on. Michael and Juliana. Okay, so Michael and Juliana are doing great. Talk about, I mean, they're very touchy-feely. They're very warm to each other. They're the opposite on the tell-all couch than Jasmine and Blake are, you know, like they're holding hands. They're like, they're comforting each other. The things that happen in the tell-all for them are thus follows. The whole entire cast is incredibly supportive and I think somewhat inspired by Juliana's relationship with Michael's ex-wife, right? I think that they're like, especially Andrew's like, I don't know how you do it, you know, just like, I want to kill all of Michael's friends, like much less his exes, you know, like if Angela had her way, she'd like all of the goofballs gone, all of Michael's family, maybe except for his mom, but at the same time, probably would just like do off with all of them, especially that guy that was like, get married in Nigeria or let Michael go. But at the same time, like Angela's done buying them appliances. So I truly think that like if she had her way, all the goofballs, all of Michael's family, and like, oh my God, if she could get her hands on a Michael X, that person would be dead. So Angela's like, how are you friends? You know? But we also get to the heart of, and this is where Shawn at least does a lot of the investigative work. She get to the heart of what happened between Michael and his ex-wife, which wasn't like a big surprise, but was like hard pressed to get, which is, yeah, Michael cheated. Now here's like where the crux comes. Michael's like, I didn't physically cheat till after we divorced, but she's like, okay, but you were emotionally cheating. And then like comes down to a relationship Michael formed with someone while yachting. I don't know if it's Juliana or whoever. And what's up messaging that got too familiar. Michael, I think, just started to somehow feel insecure about his life that he created with his wife and his 2 kids. And got drawn into the glitzy glam world of like spending money and yacht parties and like young ass models around and sharing his wealth and showing off his wealth, and then having to come home to like his childhood sweetheart high school bride and their 2 kids, and thusly felt caged in by this. He keeps talking about wanting his freedom when like his ex-wife's like, I let you travel all over the world without me while I sat home and take care of the kids. Like, what more freedom could you have? Which is like, I 100%. Can you imagine that? And he just wanted freedom from his marriage. He wanted out. Things got too like either domestic and he just wasn't in it. They somehow created a life, and then he was allowed to create such a strong life afterwards. Oh, I got a little super chat. That has a little dancing guy. A little thumbs up. Thanks. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Hee and yeah, they started living apart. People are saying they got married too young. I mean, I think that listen, I've never been married, and marriage is work, and there is like some crazy balance you have to have about letting each other live, but at the same time living together. I think that people are allowed to travel without each other, but if one of you guys, if your work is traveling a bunch, I think that you can't just do it all the time by yourself, because then you're experiencing all this stuff alone. And I think that when you co-create a life together, it's about sharing the majority of experiences together. It's about having your best friend with you, and like you should want, I mean, I don't know how you do it. I mean, I'm not saying that I'm not trying to give an answer, because I can't imagine having 2 kids and who takes care of the kids, and just like if one person has to travel for work or whatever, but at the same time, if it like gets to a place where someone is just gone all the time, you naturally separate. Yeah, and people change and things. So it is, just a testimony to their like personal growth that they can, be so cool and chilling together now. But the other big part of the tell-all for this couple was Juliana kind of also getting into some of the enviousness and feelings her family has for her life, which is that they are just so poor and from a culture that probably is into like sharing everything. And she is given this wild opportunity based upon the fact, A, that she gets to travel before she even met Michael, because she's gorgeous and a model, right? And so she's getting to do that and go out and like meet people. That's already like crazy for them. And she's sending back money, and she is like, because of her beauty, she's considered like the hope for the family. And so when she starts dating Michael and he starts like sending her money or giving her access to credit cards, the family is just like, this is what we want. This is what we expect, which is for you to pay for things because we are poor and you have access to money. And that's how it is. We don't have money. You do have money. You're part of our family. Your money's my money. Where's our money? Like. And so she says she does. She bought a house there. They live in the house. She's had bought them groceries and stuff. But even then and all then, it's not enough, because if they see her lifestyle, it's so different than theirs that it just creates a toxic envy. And there's nothing to be done. You can't bring the whole family to Brazil and put them up, from Brazil, from wherever she's from, and put them up in like homes in Massachusetts. I mean, you just can't quite do that. Michael isn't obligated to like have everyone live off him. He also has 2 kids and an ex-wife. He has a family. And so it's like, it's a very touchy situation. And I feel really bad for Juliana because she already feels, I think, alone in this world, and she's been through a lot. And, like, to not have like support of her family, to feel like she is sort of being used by them at the same time, like they've said horrible, mean things to her. It's a really shitty situation, and to watch her cry about it's really sad. And the only saving grace about this whole situation is Max and Cece, because I feel like, they are Juliana's like family now, and I think that she really connects with them because she's young and they are babies and they can all be young baby fun people together. Also, Max and Cece are cool kids, and they, it's like interesting how we see children's personalities in the range of the show, like whether they support their parents, new people, or whether they don't. And a lot of it has to do with how the people are presented to them and like the assurances they are getting from like having a stable home. Marcel and Annie. Okay. Let's go into Emily and Sasha. Okay, so Emily and Sasha. Emily is there, honey. A lot of this talk on the tell-all was about the following things. Emily's how Emily feels like Sasha is going to enjoy, living in America, and the fact that he doesn't have any friends and he can't work. The fact that Emily met Sasha when he was personal training her and he was still married. And she was very slim and trim at the time, pre-baby. And that's not maybe how she feels now. And then the differences in how they make her and him feel, and like the behavior thusly after that. As well as her fear that he will just leave her, because that's already happened twice. And there's the old adage, you lose him how you get him. You lose him how you get him. Emily knew Sasha was married. They flirted. Whether they acted on it or not, they flirted. And Sasha left his wife, got with Emily, and she got pregnant. Then now they're in America. She's having a little trouble losing the weight. And her sister is like, let her live. Let her, you don't know anything about nutrition to Sasha and everything. And dieting is wrong. And here's the thing. It's actually, I have a lot of feelings about this. Obviously, women's bodies change. It's the beautiful part about giving birth. You can't expect to just like bounce back and be like suddenly back to, where you were if you were like, if you were a slim, very slim, slender lady beforehand. You're like, that's what happens. Like, also, I think that Emily looks like someone who was just naturally slender. And even though she had a personal trainer, she doesn't look like she's the type that like actually has like lifted a bunch of weights, or like she doesn't look athletic is what I'm saying. She just looks like she was someone who was naturally skinny. Totally fine. But what I'm saying is, if you like have trained your body in a way and you like lifted weights and things like that, she doesn't look natural in a gym. I don't think she has like the natural drive to like sculpt and transform her body. Because I think that she just was sort of born the way that she was born. And Sasha isn't, like, oh, babe, I love you so much. You're fine the way you are. I like the little chub. No, like Sasha's like, let's get it in line. He's, Eastern European. They're not the warmest. We've talked about that. And also B, like, this is what he does for a living. So then you have Emily's sister, who is like, on the other side, I'm going to crack my back. I guess not. On the other side of the spectrum, Emily's sister is little chubs, but not, just like lives her life. I think she's happy to be. I don't think she's trying to lose weight, which is fine. You don't have to. But like, yeah, she's not like obese or anything. She's like enjoyably a little plump, and she, has certain ideas about dieting and stuff like that and food, which is, that dieting doesn't work, and you should just enjoy and live your life. I think that there's a natural balance between the two. I think you absolutely should enjoy living your life. And I think the healthiest thing to do is to like create a harmony within your body so you intuitively eat. So that if you are connected to your body and what you need at any given time, and cognizant of when you feel full and your emotional eating, and by the way, what I'm saying, I'm not like perfect at, but it's just where I am in life, that you do what your body says. So if you want sugary cereal, if you're craving sugary cereal in the morning, do it. Do I think it should be your habit every morning to have like processed Captain Crunch and berries every morning? No. Do I love Captain Crunch? Yes. Cinnamon Toast or Captain Crunch, yummy. Cracklin' Oat Bran, you've heard me talk about before. I don't have it in my home. A, because I live alone, and also B, because I'm not the biggest morning person, but at the same, to eat in the morning. But like, what I'm saying is, I don't necessarily believe that Emily's sister should be like to Sasha, like, you don't know anything about nutrition. What do you know? It's not, and he's like, a little more probably than you. I mean, in the sense of I'm cognizant and I think about it. I think that he probably looks like, to be a bodybuilder like that and stuff, like you're probably into your macros, right? Your protein and your carbohydrate count. I mean, at the same time, it's like, there's probably a mentality. He seems to not want to have processed or, overly processed foods, which I agree with. You shouldn't be, like cereal, I don't think is a great thing every morning. It's not like oatmeal, it's highly processed. And so he's coming at it with like a situation like, look, Emily has told me that she's, unhappy or insecure. I'm trying to help her with that as her husband / we met with me being her personal trainer. And Emily, this is where it's confusing, because Emily, I think, isn't strong enough of a person to be like, babe, can you just leave me alone and let me eat? Or at the same time, like, she's of course is going to be like insecure about it and like let Sasha do his thing, because she knows that he can go to a gym at any time and find someone that looks better than his wife and leave her, because that's what happened, and that person was her. It's messy. Listen, it's messy. And I think the lesson here is don't flirt with married men. Don't flirt with many married men, allow married men to use you as a reason to get out, because you're going to live your whole life insecure that he's going to do it again to you, because you are the perfect example of how it's already happened. I mean, if that's harsh, it's like, he showed you how it goes down, and that's why she's afraid. But yeah, I think that Sasha probably has a smarter, overall healthier mentality when it comes to food. Not that we've seen a lot of it. I've never seen Sasha be like, don't eat, here's a carrot, like, I'm assuming that when he cooks, it's just like proteiny, vegetable-y, that's fine. So, we'll see what happens with them. And then, trying to think, was like the biggest thing is like, yeah, like Shawn tried to get him to say that, yeah, that he met Emily while he was married, which is true. And then Emily kind of was like, oh, just like how Michael's ex and Juliana are friends, I want to be friends with Sasha's exes. And it's like, no, you don't. And she's like, I'm going to try. And it's like, you live in different countries. You're so happy. But I know that Sasha wanted to bring his, like, at least one of his sons over to America to live. I wonder where they were in that situation. I would have liked that to have been addressed. Because if Sasha, like, is trying to get his son out here, I think they would paint a broader, spectrum of, like, who he is as a person. Because right now we get a lot of, like, Sasha being really superficial, wants the camera to get pictures of him in his tidy whities, loves to work out, and like, you know, has different baby with different baby mamas. And I think that if we got like him wanting to, you know, reconcile his family, there'd be like a different part of Sasha we would enjoy seeing. Okay, moving it down. Tanya and Sinjin. Okay. Tanya and Sinjin. So Tanya's hair was pressed, Brazilian pressed for this, honey. I mean, you know, like she got a keratin treatment or whatever. All those natural curls gone. It was real, real sleek. And Sinjin, they're still together. Just shocking. I'm sorry. She gets thirsty. We got to really have these like rolled eye looks about how much Tanya realizes that people hated her this season. And she was defensive about it, but at the same time, I think sort of like, at least even on the season, was like already getting the fact that soulmate comment was like real wrong. You were wrong for it. But she still tries to defend herself like, what is a soulmate? I don't know why you don't know what one is. It's your soul's mate. I'm not saying you should only have one, but I'm meaning like if you get married to someone, aren't you saying that that is the mate that your soul has found? And especially if you believe in any like misty woo-woo stuff that like is destined or fate-wise for you, serendipitous in fact. And she like understands that like things are coincidental. Like she's like, I can't believe, you know, that I tried to get into the bar that you were working at and then I got denied, but that I told myself I have to go to this bar, and what did that all mean? Because you were there. But soulmate also means that like, I think soulmate means that when you meet someone, your soul feels instantly, not instant, I mean your soul feels comfortable, familiar with this person, that your soul in the presence of this other person's soul feels at home, right? That's what it feels like to me. Again, hopefully I'll find this person. But I've had this, you know, like I think friends, I've had a lot of friends like this, you know, like where you're just like, oh, I get it. I get you. Not only do I get it and I get you, but I'm happier to be with you than others, than most. You know, that I feel comfortable with you, that I feel at home with you, that being with you is sitting on my couch, like that being with you is laying in my bed. I mean, I'm not saying like in my bed, you know, but I'm saying like as comfortable and as much as you crave those two things for the like the weariness that like this world puts upon us, being with the other soul is that you can share things unspoken, that you feel each other's energies in such a way that you are like sensitive to each other's dreams and desires in such a way that you naturally click with. I mean, soulmates are not just like the first love of your life. Usually the first love of your life is just like the youngest part of you lusting after someone and then having your first relationship and like feeling all the first feelings like that. So anyways, so they're together still, but then like a big crux in their relationship is that Sinjin doesn't necessarily know if he wants to have kids, and or if he does want to have kids, he wants to have kids way down the line, and Tanya is ready for them kids, and their timelines are really off. Like Tanya wants it in like 1 year, 2 years. She's willing to go up to 3 years. Sinjin doesn't even want to think about it for 5 years, would like to wait 10. And Shawn is like, Tanya, if he doesn't want to have kids, are you going to leave him? And Tanya's just like, yes. And so everyone's like, well, why did you get married? And the option, and the only thing they can say is because if we didn't get married in this time, in this moment, we would have had to like continue this long distance relationship. So it ends up being like a marriage of convenience. Literally, it's more convenient to date someone and, when they live close to you. But this person doesn't live close to you. So instead of having to like date long distance, we'll marry close distance for a short time, perhaps. Right? It's so, I've never had a long distance relationship, especially like country wise like that. So I can't imagine wanting to be with someone, but I can't be with them. So the only option is to marry them and just hope for the best, even though there are major factors that we have not come to agreement with, like kids, when we would have kids. It's just a major thing. Like it's more important, like it's more than just like this whole work situation of like what he wants to do. But and also like Sinjin has like two things at play when it comes to his work history. He worked in the mines for like years, which is like very intensive, debilitating soul-wise labor under miles of the earth. That's dangerous and devoid of healthy oxygen and things. And so now that he's in America, honey, he wants the opposite. The pendulum is shifting. He wants to go from like that to opera singer slash actor slash bartender. The opera singer is the most interesting part because then the whole cast was like, opera? Can you sing a little bit? And then he does. And it's like, fake opera. Yeah, I sing opera too, like, I mean, no, I don't sing opera, but like I can pretend to sing opera. You know what I'm saying? In the sense of like, if I told you I sang opera and then I just like did that, unless you, I mean, like maybe you'd be impressed, but like the truth is, opera singers wouldn't they would be like, what? I think that Sinjin's plan to be a firefighter is actually the best one, and I'll tell you why. A, he has a body for it. And then B, there are such good like pensions and things for firefighters in the sense of like benefits and things. Yes, you have to go through like, I think, immense of training and like different tests to be a firefighter. But I think he'd be really great at it. You know what I'm saying? I think he'd be really great. Vanessa, I get what you're saying. Thank you. Someone said that he thought that he was going to do like Broadway before. Like that's Broadway? That's like a learned skill that people train years for. Singing, acting, dancing. Do you have an MFA? I mean, I'm just telling you, like, it's hard to just get into Broadway. I know, it's my biggest dream. So, but yeah, I think the firefighter thing is the way to go. I really do. I think that like that makes the most sense. He seems like blue collary in that way. In a great way. He seems like he has a heart of gold. I feel like I could see him saving kittens from like trees and things. Don't you feel like Sinjin would be like such a great firefighter? I wonder why he just doesn't do that. Why Tanya is more like, get in the woodworking. I feel like the woodworking can be a great hobby. I feel like he should do he should like train. He should do woodworking on the side if he enjoys it. They can sell things in their shop where she sells her witch doctor items and he sells his woodworking and they make a little money on that side. And then like to bring home the bacon, he's, fighting them fires. And she's whatever she's doing. And while he's training for firefighting, sure, make money bartending. That's nighttime stuff. Bring the money any way in. She wants it. The firefighting is so stable, though. I really enjoy it. Again, I just also really see him as that. I think he would like it. Okay, and other than that, I don't know what to say about Tanya. Like, I just really did enjoy watching her, like, plan for that wedding. That really freaked me out. Like, it was so like, why do you always assume that you're so type A? And she's always just like, I get everything figured out. I'm really on top of it. But at the same time, it's like, do you? Because everything you showed us shows like you just like fly by the seat of your pants and like have no foresight at all. Like the planning of this wedding, getting her friends to do everything for her. And then like, it's weird because sometimes she's like, it's not romantic like he is. But at the same time, it's like, okay, then why are you going to bring a bunch of flowers to greet him and like rose petals on the ground and over the bed to greet him? Like, it's just that I feel like I don't understand who she is. The same thing with like her being like, I'm, you know, like a social activist and feminist, and I'm gonna like bring this person over who like live in like the racist, you know, South America, racist South Africa, blah blah blue, and he's just like this very sweet, good-natured, yes, white dude who doesn't seem at all like have any sort of like, at least what we saw, like any toxic masculine traits or any like racist, you know, systemic racist outbursts. And she's just the one that is like so hard-headed and so inflexible. I am gonna watch. I did watch the new 90 Day. We're gonna talk about it after we're done with these tell-alls of the. I did watch before the 90 Day, and we're gonna talk about it after 90 Day. We're talking about now. So Anna and Marcel. So you know, I hated this couple the most the whole time. I hate everything about them. I hate that they can't talk. I hate that watching them try and communicate was like pulling hairs. I hated having to watch the boys deal with him and deal with their mom just being like a nightmare, and not like, I hated the fact that Anna just like kept guilting them and being like, I do everything for you. You have to be okay with this man who you don't know, who's lied to his parents about you, who literally you can't have a conversation with. Like, just be happy for me. Like, what a weird ass. I don't get it. I just don't get it. I really hated Anna the most. Everyone hated Tanya, and I didn't like Tanya, but like, if you had to tell me I had to have a conversation with Tanya, or if I had to go on a cross-country road trip with Tanya or Anna, specifically Tanya and Sinjin or Anna and Marcel, I'd pick Tanya and Sinjin in a heartbeat. Heartbeat. I would just try to engage Tanya with like topics I know that we would like, and then I would just try and flirt with Sinjin. He's hot. I don't want to have to spend one more moment of Anna and like Marcel talking. I would just have to bite my tongue every time she talks about her kids. I can't stand talking about bees. Listen, I think they have the right to live, and I love the honey they make, and I'm sad if there's a bee shortage. I don't want there to be a bee shortage, but like, I don't like being around bees. One bee I don't even enjoy, you know, like one time I was walking and I saw a bee, and I ran away, and somehow I like gripped my hand, and the bee got caught in my palm and it stung me. And so I now have a natural reaction every time I see a bee to quickly grab and hold my hand as if one's gonna fly in my hand and sting me. I have PTSD against bees, so it was never supposed to be with me and them. I didn't really want to talk about Anna and Marcel. I also like, what do you guys think? I feel like how convenient that Marcel left and then came back, was allowed to come back when we've seen how hard it is to even get someone here for a visa, allowed to come back just in the nick of time to get married. You know? I think that like their whole relationship, no parts of it were positive enough to make me like happy for them. I feel like incredibly awkward and uncomfortable thinking about their relationship. You know what I'm saying? There are no redeeming qualities or any scenes I've seen that makes me feel like they should be together, that they will like work it out, that their union is like sacred in any way. Okay, Michael and Angela. So Angela's Botox has like somewhat settled, and I actually do like it now. And you know, like, I think that her chest does look better from like her chest lasering that she did. And this is what happens. So interesting, because all these couples, when when Angela and Michael are there, treat Angela like a goddamn queen, right? As if they have never watched any of the other tell-alls. For instance, Angela and Avery went to blows, and everyone at that tell-all hated Angela, hated her. We're like, you're but fucking crazy. No, we can't. You're the crazy one. Get away from us. You're trashy and crazy. But everyone at this tell-all was like, Angela. She was like the star of the tell-all. You know, it's like, ugh. Anyway. So the big thing that happens for her is they bring the goofballs on, and the goofballs are, you know, comfortably away from Angela and that couch, on the couch, and they're just like ragging on her, right? They're just like, they call her Pumpkin, which is hilarious, and she's like gonna have none of it. So Angela decides, which I honestly feel like she had thought of, like, she decides that she does not want them to have any more screen time, that she brought them on and she can take them out. So the minute she's like wants them to be done, she threatens to leave. She's like, no, 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 cut their feet, either their feet gets cut or I get cut. And then she looks at Michael, she's like, you too, Michael. And it's like she's like threatening to leave, like not an area half into this segment, just so like they don't have any more screen time. And Shawn's trying to be like, I got it, Angela, I got it. So goofballs, thank you. And Jana's like, no, I don't have time for you, Shawn. You do not have it. You don't, I actually have it. You think you're hosting this show? You think you run this tell-all? I'm Angela, I run it. I've been running it. I'm the classiest, trashiest bitch you ever meet. That's an oxymoron, and no, you're not the classiest. People have met people that are classy. I'm just saying, like, people met Audrey Hepburn. Angela is trashy. And although Angela, but you know, this is the best part of why, you know, you can hate or love her, but the reason why Angela is like a good character is because as trashy as she is, and she is the worst, she actually has had moments where she isn't that horrible, like in the sense of her relationship to Michael's mom. You know, like she's been in, like, as also is like their engagement party in Nigeria. For someone who's not of that culture, she really embraced it as much as possible. And to watch her like be excited or be like warm to people and to like be authentically herself in situations that are so foreign to her, and keep bringing appliances and tries to cook for them or whatever she does, like that's Angela like extending herself. She won't not extend herself. She just also has a line, and if you cross it, you're dead to her. Those goofballs have been crossing it. Also, I echo back what I said, that if Angela could, like, if there was like, oh, what's that? The Lottery. What's that movie where you could like kill everyone one night? What's, you guys know, what's the movie where like, and they made a TV show where it's like one night a year, you just, anyone, if you like are outside, you could be killed or whatever. Like, I'm just saying Angela would use that night and she'd kill all of Michael's exes. And The Purge. Thank you, Purge. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I do feel like Angela would be like a happy part of The Purge. She'd be like, oh, my favorite time of year, you know, and she would just like go out and kill people. But I like her. And I feel like, you know, I do feel like Michael and Angela have like a sort of union. I think that Michael has said over and over again that Angela makes him feel like a man. And maybe there's this thing that Angela is so hard and so like hard-edged and like hard to put up with and so demanding and so vocal that the pure act of her choosing him has given him some sort of like confidence or security. Also, it was revealed that they boned like 4 times a day while she was in Nigeria. 4 times. I mean, a lot of, they get it. He's basically on top of her the whole time she's there. Isn't that weird? She's a lot of sex. Like, does she, like, how much like lube does she bring? She's an older woman, we know. And also, like, how's that one egg doing? I feel like, what if she got pregnant with that one egg? Like, what if she naturally got pregnant? I mean, they bone enough to, you know? Oh, God. She brings over, like, all, like, the weird things she wants him to wear in bed. Like, little Speedos and things like that. And he's, like, embarrassed, but low-key likes it. He's a little freak. I think that she just, like, somehow made him a man, which is so interesting. Because she's, like, really confident, I guess. And that just, like, fed a part of him. It's just, you know, What does her sex look like? It has to be missionary. She's not on top. Or doggy. Maybe it's like a little bit of both. Do you think that she like gets in down there and like gives him like head and stuff like that? I bet she does. I think that's probably another reason why that like he feels like a man. I wonder how long it takes her to like. I bet she's really highly sexual because I'll tell you, it seems like she has a lot of like testosterone in her, like naturally. I'm not saying, that's not like a gender thing. I'm just saying like her natural personality and like even some of her facial features. By the way, I am also someone who has like not a lot of testosterone in me too. Like obviously not obviously, but I'm cisgender or whatever. I'm like a female. And I'm just like was born female and I have all the female stuff. But I think you can like I think that some people you can like, I don't know, I just feel like if I was to give her a hormonal test, it would be like a little bit more like male hormones than, like I think that she's high in her male hormones. So I think that she has a high sex drive is what I'm saying. Yeah, I think that she has a high sex drive. She definitely looks like she enjoys sex. I think like half the relationship is sex. That's why she keeps going to Nigeria. How does she keep afford to go to Nigeria all the time? She's raising all those kids. She's like a nurse. God. I mean, at this point, I guess she makes a lot of money, but she just joined Cameo. Like, she wasn't doing cameos like all last year. Maybe she like joined cameos like the past like 4 months, which I mean, God bless. David and Annie are queen of cameos. I'm talking about that thing where you can like pay celebrities to like send you a video. Like. By the way, my birthday is coming up March 7th. Okay, so moving on. Oh, is that it? Oh my God, did I go through all of them? I did. Okay. Now we can move on, baby boos. Guess what? We're moving on. We are going to be talking about the new season of 90 Day before the 90 days. That's the word. Before the 90 days, we'll talk about the new peeps. Wad just texted me. Raise the camera. Why? Well, I can't raise the camera because I'm filming on my iPhone. Oh, she said perfect. You're perfect. I love Wah. Okay. So, baby boos, that was the end of the tell-alls in that season. And God bless, I'm happy about it. And I'm happy about these new people. So let's get in. So let's start with Ed. Big Ed. No neck Ed. And Rose. Okay, so let me just say this. I love Ed. And he doesn't have a neck, but you know what? That's fine. It never hurt Danny DeVito. He had a whole career, honey. Still has a whole career. And, like, it was also interesting because, like, we get to meet his mom, and I want to be like, oh, so his dad's the one with a little no neck? He's a little shorter, and that makes him feel a little self-conscious. So that's why he calls himself Big Ed. And he has a dog. The dog's name is Teddy. Teddy's awfully cute. Ed is a photographer. He actually looks like a good photographer, but the models that he is using are, like, not models. In the sense of, like, not every, like, girl with, like, a slim figure is a model. I'm sorry. That's just not, I mean, like, that just can't be what it is. Like, there was one girl in a weird, like, schoolgirl costume and one, like, come on. You look like you're just, like, creating the promo flyers for, like, bargain basement Halloween costumes. Hee hee hee. Oh, Vanessa. Habibti Pisces together. We should do something in Orange County together. Okay. So so this is what Ed did. Ed was married to a lovely woman and he cheated on her. Like 2 years in, he cheated on her. Now, I wonder what that means in the sense of, like, was he just, like, cocky and insecure and he felt like he needed, like, why did he cheat on her? Was it like during the part where she got pregnant with his child and therefore like maybe couldn't have sex for like whatever 3 months and then he cheated on her? Like, what are you like? If this is mean, fine, but like, you feel insecure and then you meet someone, you get married to them, and then within like a couple of years you cheat on them. But that wife like didn't have it. Was like, nope, hell no. Not only am I gonna divorce you immediately, but when you do a docuseries 25 years later, don't even think about using my picture. You're gonna pixelate your wedding picture, honey, because I'm not gonna be a part of your life. Dumbass. And marry me and cheat on me and you look like that. I mean, you know, I'm just like guessing what she thought. I can only guess. I think I missed a super chat because I'm so sorry. And now I realize it says a little more money there. Whoever gave me a super chat, I love you so much. Thank you. I'm sorry. I love you. I can't see what's happening on my phone. Okay, so also, by the way, if you haven't thumbed up this video, will you give me a thumbs up? I forgot to ask for that too. That's just, you know, like turn on the light when you come in the room. Thumbs it up. Thumbs, 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 thumbs it up. Thumbs it up. Thumbs it up. Thumbs, 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 thumbs it up. Thumbs it up. Thumbs it up. Thank you. Okay, I wanted to make that short and sweet, honey, because I have fun things to talk about. So, you know, Ed lives his life, honey, his little scooter. He, you know, puts Teddy in the scooter, little backpack, honey. Backpack has some holes for ventilation. He whips around this, you know, San Diego, where he's from, honey. He like photographs people, goes to the UPS store, sends gifts to Rose. Gifts she hasn't gotten yet. $5,000 in gifts that who knows if she's gotten them. She's younger than him. Way super younger than him. Younger than his daughter, which has sort of put a whole thing in between his relationship with his daughter, because that's gross. I'm a daughter of a single father, and I never want my dad to date someone younger than me. It's disgusting. To me, that's disgusting. And he knows. If he ever did, I would be livid. I would be like, I wouldn't be able to deal with it. Because it just unfortunately is so embarrassing, and it says a lot about the taste level of my dad, or in this case, Ed. I get it. It's like, what are you, a fucking fool? So desperate for love that you're about to marry like a 20-year-old? From like a poor-ass country because she's all you can get? You can get someone else. You married my mom. You're the one that fucked it up. I mean, you know? Ugh. I know a guy who married his daughter's best friend. So another huge part that we got a little like taster of is that, you know, he's very insecure about his looks and he wants to look young for his child bride. And so he dyes his hair black, and his mom's like, cut that hair, but he doesn't want to, but he should cut that hair. I don't understand why like men don't cut their hair, but okay. But instead of like cutting it, what he does is he gets a jar of Best Foods mayonnaise. Okay. And with a spatula, he globs it on his hair. Because another lovely thing about him is that he's very sensitive. He has some skin issue that he says makes him have soft skin. But I think he meant sensitive skin, and like different things irritate his skin. For instance, low thread count sheets, which I swear to God, I have a problem with too. And now I'm just gonna like look up that skin disease and like use that as a reason why like I need to stay at like 4-star hotels or better. I don't know what he said. There was no name for it. I have that disease too, honey. I can't be on like low quality sheets. There'd be no itchy sheets for me, honey. 1,000 or up. By the way, right now, my phone is sitting on my computer, and my computer is on 2 boxes of my favorite sheets my dad got me for Christmas. They're called Bowl and Branch sheets. Does anyone have these sheets? They're Bowl and Branch organic sheets. I actually don't know the thread count, but I will tell you they are the softest sheets that I've ever had, and I love them. I love them. They are so great and make a great gift because they come in this like gorgeous box. Okay, so going back to the mayo, here's the thing. It's not unheard of to use mayo on hair because there's a lot of people who use different oils on hair, and mayo is like it's pretty much oil. It's like eggs and oil together. I remember when I was like a little kid, I think I used to put like egg white on my face, on my skin, like as a mask or whatever. So it's like a somewhat cheap remedy for like a cheap beauty trick or whatever. Now it's gonna make your hair like hella greasy. So much so that you would have to like do a wash in to get it out, like a scrub and a wash, and definitely at least 2 shampoos, 2 lathery shampoos to get it out. But I can see how it could like moisturize your scalp. Do I think you could easily use coconut oil instead? Yes. But I mean, Best Foods, Hellman's, coconut oil, you pick your poison. I also like love his relationship with his mom. It feels like he has good relationships. I just saw, I work at the Mayo Center, John P. A little different Mayo, huh? What if it was just like, what if you actually did mean like, instead of the Mayo Clinic, like, I work at the Mayonnaise Center, Center of Mayonnaise, the mayonnaise capital of the world, Also, has anyone made fresh mayonnaise ever? It's like not hard to make, but like, I feel like no one ever makes it anymore. Anyway, moving on. So I like his relationship with his mom. His mom has like no problem telling him what is, and she's also like, look, I'm an immigrant from this country. I know what it's like to want a better life here in America. This woman is using you. Also, talk to your daughter. It's gross. Talk to your daughter. Someone just said Miracle Whip only. Oh, Tracy, no. I hate Miracle Whip. No. Oh, Miracle Whip. That's a real versus. And I don't mean to draw any lines, but like mayonnaise isn't like already I'm kind of like, mayonnaise. But like if forced, Miracle Whip is a double hell no. I mean, I'll take an aioli over all of this, but like Miracle Whip is so gross. It's a difference between like cheddar cheese or American cheese. Cheddar cheese is the way to go. Definitely mayonnaise is better than Miracle Whip, and I'll put my life on it. I really will. Don't come for me during the purge, honey. Okay, so tell us about your love life at the end. Okay, so this is why I overshare. I have a problem. So yeah, the mom is like, talk to your daughter, and so he leaves a message for his daughter. I'm hoping that it all turns out. So let's move on to Avery and Ash. Now, Avery is a very good-looking woman. Seattle, I think, is where she lives. I'm really bad at details in the very beginning. I get names wrong and everything. But, opening shots of her are like full yoga poses, and they're great. She's like going into lotus. She's like doing a triangle, like she knows her shit, and she is flexy flex, and she's gorgeous. Okay, she's pretty, really beautiful and pretty. Gorgeous is like hard for me. Like models are gorgeous. Juliana's gorgeous. Okay, going on. So, but I really like her a lot, and she, she's like doing the best she can. She's just like working. She's like a dental hygienist, honey, but then like on the side, she is a food blogger. And she starts to make the salad, right? Like we see her open up a Trader Joe's bag of kale. I know that bag of kale well. And she puts it into a bowl, and then she starts adding raw veggies to the kale. There's like some peppers. And then she takes out a big-ass raw marijuana leaf and just puts it on top. No dressing, and then takes a picture of it. Let's break this down. I work a lot with kale, and I'm going to tell you this if you don't know it. You have to massage kale. You can't just eat raw kale. I mean, you can put it into a smoothie and then this, like obviously blend it and then therefore it'll break it down. But like, do you know what it's like to eat raw kale like that? It's disgusting. It's too cruciferous. Even if it's chopped, you absolutely need to massage it, hopefully with some sort of oil or oil-like substance to break it down. I guess you can massage it with water, but truthfully, like a tahini dressing, olive oil, something like that, because like, or lemon juice, something to break in the fibers. It actually like, yeah, when you massage it, it like breaks it down so you can digest it. A raw, like what she actually puts into a bowl and then takes a picture of to put on Instagram is like, I would never eat that. It'd be the most disgusting thing in the whole world. Also, again, in this salad is like, what is in that salad? I'm queen of making salads and I'm queen of making fresh dressings. In fact, if you go on my Instagram right now at Farah, I literally have a boomerang of the bomb ass salad I made this afternoon. Okay, another thing. I've never like, okay. And this is where I'm no like weed virgin or like weed prude, but I've like never seen like raw, like a whole raw weed leaf on like a salad. Would you eat it that way? Would you get high? I don't even understand how you would do that. I've I don't really like edibles, but like in my knowledge of like weed cooking, it's like you like again, you like get whatever weed or ground up weed and like you put it into a fat soluble thing and then you cook with that fat. So like if I was like so that's how they make like brownies and stuff. Like yes, people can sprinkle weed and like dried weed into the brownie batter, but like a brownie or sorry, like a weed cook would infuse a butter with like warm butter and then like cook it over a little fire with the wheat in it, then use that butter for the baking. Like that's how you do it. You know what I'm saying? So like I'm guessing I've never made a weed salad dressing, but like that's you have an oil anyway. And you're supposed to break down that kale anyway. So I don't know why she wouldn't just like take and I also don't even know how it's like raw. But I don't know. Maybe I don't know about cooking with raw marijuana. But like yeah, you would sprinkle the dried marijuana into an olive oil, like pulse it with a NutriBullet and some like Dijon mustard or some tahini, or yeah, like I said, like lemon juice, and then you would use that. You would use it to massage the kale, break down the kale, and then put all your yummy stuff on top. That's how you make a weed salad. I swear to God. I don't understand I don't understand what she's trying to do in that picture. It makes no sense to me. And I know I spent a lot of time talking about this, but I'm just saying it was like bananas. So her other parts of her life is that she has a child. I think she has more than one. No, I don't know exactly. Oh yeah, she has more than one. She has a couple of kids, right? The older kids we don't get to see, I think, because they're like blank faces. Probably their dad wouldn't let them be on this show. Smart man. But what happened was she got into another relationship that was like in a different state, and then she like got all her stuff, sold it all, and moved her and her kid to this other state to be with this dude. Yeah, and then she got pregnant or something like that. I'm not quite sure the whole timeline. But then they break up, so now she's back, and it's like she's working on it or whatever, and it's like hard for her. But she's like making and pulling through. She's like a cool girl. She has a lot of cool friends. She has like some hip tattoos. She's obviously like a stoner, but like not in a bad way. It seems like she's like living her life and she's like healthy about it. And even when she was talking to people, she wasn't like zoned out, she wasn't like whatever. So, I don't know when she partakes of her marijuana, but like it seems to be controlled and in a situation that is like, I guess as normal as like someone having a couple of drinks at the end of the day, a little wine. So she goes to have like a dinner with her friend and like this other dude, like the friend's like boyfriend, like some straight dude, and they're like, it's a really beautiful locale. And by the way, she like comes like wearing like the most tittiest jumpsuit. I really did love it. However, you could tell it was cold because later on she had to put on a jacket, and I was like, oh, don't hide them titties. But she's there with her friend, right? Now her friend tattooed her eyebrows in such a way or like has like the dip brow pomade on her eyebrows so intensely that all you can do is like look at those eyebrows that are way too much and then also look at Avery's and be like, oh, you have too little of eyebrow. Anyway, that's just a personal preference with me. Avery comes clean about Ash. So Ash is an Australian relationship dating coach that only works with single women on the internets. and has a mass amount of followers, and they've been dating for 9 months. Now, during those 9 months, they've already broken up 3 times, which is like every 3 months, like every quarter, she's like, bye. It's like 1/3. I don't know, I can't do math. 1/3 of relationship has been broken up. I don't know if that's true. But it's like a lot of times to break up within 9 months. Anyway, I think so. And we also get this story that her friend and her get to tell this other straight dude, which is this. She was like showing her friend him on Facebook, and her friend was like, that's weird that in her profile she like says that he's not in a relationship. Sorry. They were looking at his profile, Ash's profile, who's like muscly and hot, and they were like, why does he not say that he's in a relationship on his Facebook thing? Like, that's weird. Also, for the natural like tendency of a dating coach, I think it would behoove him to say that he's in a relationship. Like, no one wants to take stock advice from a poor person. Who wants to take relationship or dating advice from a single person? Is that bad to say? I don't know. That's what always like made me like whatever about Patty Stanger, the Millionaire Matchmaker, is that she was perpetually single except for the one season that she tried to pretend she was in a relationship with a fake groom that she never got married to. It's like, girl, like if you're gonna tell this is Patty Stanger I'm talking about. Like, girl, if you're gonna have all of these like horrible scenes of you telling women how they have to straighten their hair and lose weight to be in a relationship, when it's like you wouldn't know what a relationship like you can't get in one, like you are literally like not into. I mean, I'm just saying, like, why are you a dating coach? I have a lot of great qualities. Like, I'm not going to be giving dating advice at this time. I'm too single. I can't. I need help I need to help myself. But the whole point of what I'm saying is, like, it would behoove him to be in a relationship, to be like, look what I found. I can help this for you. So her and a friend are on his, like, website being like, that's weird that he is saying he's not in a relationship. And they go to his Instagram, and he has deleted every picture that Avery sent. So she calls him out. And she's like, what? No. And he's like, I was hacked. Or somehow the hacker only deleted your pictures. And then sends screenshots of like whatever mail from whatever Instagram saying that you've been hacked, when like I want to be like, did he just send her screenshots of like changing his password emails? I don't remember, like, I don't think Instagram, and you guys can tell me I'm wrong, does Instagram care enough to be like, you've been hacked? Here's emails talking about the hacking. Like, no. They would, like, if you got hacked, you would have to, like, because they don't know you got hacked, right? They're not, or social media. So, like, you would have to go to them and be like, someone hacked me, I got to change my email. So I don't even know, like, what he sent. Did he send an email screenshot of him typing to Instagram, I've been hacked, I need to change my email, and then like that was the proof? So she wants to go meet him and find out if it's real, but this is like obviously the second time that she is like putting money into finding out if a dude is right for her when she has been burned. Maybe that's why she's raw marijuana. She doesn't want to be burned again. Ha ha ha. The other thing that happens is she goes to like her ex-boyfriend's house, who's like her dealer, and then like she tells him about it, and he's like skeptical, and then he just gives her like one new marijuana leaf. I just like the raw marijuana leaves are so weird to me. Like, here you go, a fresh. It's like basil. I don't even know I don't get it. I think that like again, I'm not like a weed. I don't know everything about weed, but like I thought that like the THC has to like cultivate in the drying process. That's why you get dried marijuana when the little crystals form, and the crystals are the THC and stuff like that. Like, I'm sure you get somewhat high, but like I don't know how, like, it's raw. It's like a leaf. You guys, I can't wait to find out what you guys say about this. And Wah just said thumbs up this video. Thank you, baby boos. Yes, thumbs it up. Okay, so she's in those comments. We spoke about it. Oh, okay. She's saying that I think you guys talked about raw weed in the comments. I can't wait to read. This is what it's good to have a friend. I love you all. I forgot to say one more thing. She's that Avery got pregnant with her like latest baby when she had an IUD in her. Ooh. Oh God. Just like so intense to like go through all the process of like birth control and then like not have it work. But she made it work, you know? Whatever is mentionable is manageable. It won't matter either way, the leaf won't get you high. Okay, thank you so much. I really needed to know. Okay, let's move on to Lisa and Usman. Okay, so Lisa's the new Angela, but like, you know, in this case, yes. And Usman is a Nigerian superstar celebrity. He is a rapper. Now, I'm going to say this. Of all the times we've had to hear music on the show, I like him the best. And it's very heavily auto-tuned, which is probably why I like it so much. I mean, in the sense of like, if it wasn't auto-tuned, I would not like it. I don't like it so much, but you know what I'm saying? There's like a familiarity with it. We see Lisa with her friend and she's getting like a full Brazilian, you know, and the lady who's doing it like has a shirt that says Brazilian of Reasons, which I really enjoyed. They start with her, honey, they start with her armpits and they just go down. They just wax everything. We later see Lisa in like a red lace slutty mullet dress where it's like high in the front, low in the back. It's one of the ugliest dresses I've ever seen. This is what but let's talk about their sex life. So they bet online, as one does. He hopped into her Facebook DMs. And they just start talking. He's immediately flirty. And she's just taken aback. He's like young. She's like into it. She like wants to be young, you know, like it gets real flirty real fast. And they've been a cyber sexing. Like cyber sexting. Like with the video camera, she's seen him, all of him, and he's seen all of her completely naked. This is not like, you know, a Rebecca Zayed thing where there's like you know, like different filters and stuff and she's embarrassed. Lisa's not embarrassed about anything, honey. And by the way, Lisa has amazing calves. So, yeah, she's gotten fully naked and she knows that her body turned him on. She saw that too. All the excitement, all of it. I really love this. I mean, like, you know, I'm like, tell me about all your sex. I'm into it. But then she also like reveals that, okay, another thing. So I'll get to this point. So another thing is that Usman's handle is Soja Boy. It's Soja Boy, but it sounds just like Soldier Boy, who's an American artist of varying degrees of fame. So I think also the Dust thought that was funny. But because of his like Nigerian celebrityness, it has made her feel like insecure because like all he gets is like female fans like on his Instagram, like leaving him comments, you know, like saying things like, you know, with hearts and things. And like, she's not about it, which is weird because that's like what he has to do. And so she like peruses his Instagram every day, like looks over comments and then will like snapshot the comments and be like, who's this? You don't see men on my Instagram giving me thumbs ups and hearts, eyes. And it's like, yeah, girl, because it's like, you're not a famous person. I don't think anyone in your office is going to be like, hey, Lisa, you look hot in that red lace mullet dress. Here's like 3 fires and an eggplant emoji. You know what I'm saying? But God bless. Okay, so one whole thing is that during their cyber sexing, it's revealed to her, at least this is what he's told her, that he's never had unprotected sex. So she's like, he got an AIDS test for me so that when I get there, we're raw dogging it. Just raw dogging it. We're just gonna, because I feel bad for him that he hasn't gotten to experience the full feeling of a woman around him. And I trust him, even though I don't trust him. Because every day I send snaps of the comments that random women leave on his Instagram profile. But somehow I trust him enough to put it in without a jacket. Or as my mother would call, a prophylactic. This made me pause. Gave me pause. I cannot imagine having to hear that from someone like my mom or something. Not that she would, but God bless. And then have to try and you know what though? I try and talk him out of it. However, we've all made choices and mistakes before. And I guess I know what it's like to be just like very turned on. And that part's hard. Not as hard as he's going to be. I don't know what to say about it. I'm just happy that she felt comfortable enough to share it on television because this is what makes a good show. I'm gonna scroll down. Okay, Yolanda. Yolanda lost 150 pounds, as well as her dude of like 30 years, who was this guy named Dwayne, who was really hot, but he had kidney problems as well as problems with the law. Okay? I wonder how Yolanda lost the weight. Like, a low key feel like she got weight loss surgery. But, you know, God bless. I'm not quite sure. And she can reveal that or anything she wants at any given time. But she's like, works out like a fiend. She does like that hardcore, just like rope working out, which I've never done before. But like one time I tried to do it, it's just like, because I saw like, I don't know if you have like never had a personal trainer that maybe do those rope things, you know, where it's like like the hardest double dutch of your life. But like one time the ropes were just laying out at a gym and I was like, and I picked them up and I swung them as hard as I could 4 times, like 1, 2, 3, 4. And by that time my arms were on fire. It's like, I think about it because it's like weird, like I like do bicep curls and stuff like that, you know, but like something about just like hardcore throwing your like arm into it, it's like so difficult. I mean, you guys tell me about those if you've done that rope stuff. Like that's like that, yeah, hardcore double dutch is what I call it. I mean, just like intense double dutch. I mean, she's a beast. Anytime I see anyone doing those, I'm like, oh, you're a beast. You're a beast in this gym, honey. You can teach me what's up. Okay, so Yolanda met a guy from Britain and she's lied to him. She said that she was 45, but she's 51. And because he's younger than her. And, you know, like she's been lonely for a minute. And she has these, you know, 6 or 5 kids. I forgot how many kids she has, but they're a bunch. They all look like her and each other. And they kind of are just like all from Dwayne. And so they are like used to their mom being with Dwayne, no one else. They don't really want her mom to be with anyone else. But Yolanda has a new lease on life. She has a brand new body and she wants to get it popping. She's feeling herself and she looks good. Yolanda's gorgeous. Okay, again, maybe I should just say beautiful. But she's really pretty and I love her spirit. So it's like it makes her just beyond. And this is the thing though. Her dude like won't FaceTime with her. And the pictures that he is using as a restaurant manager are the beefiest pictures ever. So much so that I hang my hat that this person is not real. This is not a real person. That's not what that person looks like. That is a catfish. Or like in Britain, maybe they call it like, it's a catfish. That's an Irish accent. Billy Botton, oh, it's a catfish. No, that's a like Scottish. I can't do British sometimes when I like think about it. Billy Botton bought a bunch of beautiful bananas. It is a catfish. No, it's still Irish. I don't know, honey, we'll work on this. But like, yeah, like they talk on the phone and the voice that we hear doesn't match up. He seems real, I don't know. I mean, it's just like, how do you fall in love with this person? But I'll tell you how she fell in love with him. Because he would write her name and then put a red flower afterwards, a red rose. And how could you not fall in love with someone who did that? How could you not fall in love with someone who decided to push an emoji button on their phone? This part's hard. Because I love Yolanda. I already love her. You know, I'm like, she's just awesome. I'm like, she raised these, like, all these kids, you know, like, she was loyal to the same man. Dwayne was hot, you know, like, she, like, changed her life for the better. She looks healthy AF. She, like, she's just, like, full of life and full of, like, beauty and full of, like, energy. And I just don't want her to ever be hurt. And I do not like this person for her. I don't blame her daughter for being like, he won't FaceTime you? All right, well, I'm going to go to England with you, obviously. I'm not going to let you just go by yourself, you crazy baddie mom. I also love the fact that she's only told one of her daughters. Like, she's going to, like, tell all of them soon, but, like, the one daughter she's told, it's like, is that her favorite? I mean, she says that her daughter and this one daughter, like, have an online boutique where they just go to, like, thrift stores and resell things. But it's like, I always wonder about that, like, to have so many kids and just tell your secret to one. Is that because you're closer to that one? Did it just come out? Was that daughter doesn't you working one day and the daughter was like, who are you sending all those heart emojis to? Is that my brother? And she's like, you know, I don't know. I just, like, yeah, I'm scared for her. Kara is the daughter that she, like, is her favorite, she tells. Okay, so this is where we come to the end of this. I don't know if I just didn't write. Did I not watch the end of this? Or I think I did. But it's like, did I miss all the other ones? If I miss people, I'll do another live and recount this. It's just that we're going into, like, literally an hour and a half of this. Get rid of Disney dude. Okay, so we still have more couples to go through. We have, oh no, I missed the guy that's, like, from, oh my God, I missed the guy that's, like, Southern. Okay, I forgot his name. And I, like, for some reason I write him down. But, like, there's the guy that's, like, from the South, has 2 sons, and then had 2 sons, like, in his new, yeah, Geoffrey. Okay, so Geoffrey has 2 older sons, and then Geoffrey got married again and then had 2 other babies, and one baby, poor thing, died. And it's been really, really hard for him. Now, Geoffrey is hot. Hot! Geoffrey is gorgeous. I mean, okay, I keep saying this and I really mean just, like, good looking. I'm really gonna save gorgeous for models, but, like, Geoffrey is super really hot. And, like, beautiful eyes and, like, works out. He's, like, working out in his, like, homemade gym, like, in the back of, like, wherever. And I'm just like, oh, he's like a country boy, honey. He likes to work with his hands. I'm just like, oh my God, take me to where you are. I need a man like that. I need a big buff man with big arms and masculine. He can do things with his hands. Whoo! Geoffrey's a convicted felon, honey. Boo, boo. Ooh, honey. Vanessa has some tea that I do not know about. I can't wait to read up. Okay, did not know that. He's not hot? You guys are not into it? Oh, why? Okay, well, now that he's a convicted felon. Ooh, I can't wait to find out. Okay, I thought he was hot. He's a beater. You don't mean like an egg beater? Into, like, a nice meringue. Stiff peaks. He has domestic violence charges against him. Oh, Jesus. Okay, well, you guys are really giving me the tea in the moment. Okay, well. There goes that, honey. But he has to, okay, so his whole thing is maybe, you know, he's from a small town, and I guess if he, 2 wives, I think, foreign wives. Interesting. He always dates foreign women, except for that one ex-girlfriend who, like, wants to get back together with him, who's American. So anyway, he found a foreign, like, Ukrainian or Russian woman who's, like, a news anchor or some sort of media personality. He's been talking to her, you know, on one of them, like, foreign sites or whatever. And seems really cool. And now I feel like I have to, like, everyone knows that he's a vicious wife beater and abuser. Woo, honey. These are really giving me the tea. I know he's married 4 times. I thought he was just married twice. Maybe I didn't do my research. But okay, so what we see happens is that he goes to like a lunch meeting and with like some friend of his, and again like his ex-girlfriend, who are like, why can't you just meet someone around here, like something you already know, like someone right underneath your nose, like someone that you already dated, like me, you know, which I thought was funny. And his like kids are kind of like, he has 2 sons looking like strapping boys, and we also get to see him talk to his mom. We get a lot of like men to mom conversations. And this men to mom conversation is like negative Nancy. I mean, she maybe has like, maybe you guys know, like she's seen it, she's been through it with him, and she's just like, no, don't do it. This is a dumbass idea. Like, this is not for you. Like, they're all scheming people trying to get. Everyone is giving me such the tea that I can't stop reading it. Last wife with 2 kids. He has the pending charges against him. He's a domestic violence person, and therefore that's why he doesn't have custody of the other kid. Whew! That is the tea. Was this all on sarcasm? Olga is not his mom. Oh, who's that old person? I'm mad at this sometimes. I swear I watched this show. Whoever that Olga is, it's like another person that's like a negative Nancy. His friend. Why does he have an old woman friend? I don't know, honey. He's a mystery to me, I guess. Everyone still is a mystery to me, and I can't make any rash decisions because you never know. So basically, you know, we're going to go see him go meet this woman, and it looks like it doesn't end happily for him. Olga was awesome. Yeah, Olga was like the one that was like, don't do it. Like a second mom. She was right or whatever. I just think that she was just so negative. And granted, now I have a completely different idea about him. But like at the time I was like, okay, I mean, like slow your roll, like give this man, like this adult man, some room to breathe. But now that I'm like realizing what it is, all of you are just like, Olga is it for us. We understand Olga, Okay. Can't wait to rewatch. So the other 2 couples, which I don't think we like talked about, or tell me if I'm wrong, was like the young lesbian ladies couple, where one girl has some crazy ass disease where she can get like some sort of infection at the drop of the hat, and her mom doesn't know that she's bi. And the other couple is brand new to the world of Fiance. I think it's Darcy. I don't know how you say it, and Tom. So, I don't think they're on yet. So I just want to make sure because, I can make a mistake. So, just as they should, 90 Day didn't bring Darcy and Tom into this fold because they have to introduce the new people, and we've been knowing Darcy. We are familiar. We know everything about Darcy. Like, I can draw you her body, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what's weird? Just on stature alone, her and Ed would be a good match. Because all he wants is love and a shorter person with not really nary a neck. And isn't that what she wants? Plus, he would take pictures of her all day. High quality pictures. And all he does is want to buy his lady gifts. Why doesn't Darcy and Ed get together? Oh, God. I really do think that like we should just take all these people into a pool and then start making matches better for them. Like, I really think that Corey, who's going to be on, like, I want Corey and Courtney to be together, and I've actually hung out with them before, but I don't know. I think that maybe Corey likes a little dark flavor. Like, I want to set Courtney up with someone great. She needs, like, an older established man. Courtney wants, like, a Michael, Darcy who? Don't know. Don't know her. I wonder what her life's like. I wonder what's going to happen with Darcy. God bless. I just don't think that we can stretch a whole season on Darcy and Tom. We barely got through like a season with them being together before. They were like already not together. So it's just like, And weren't they already on before the 90 days? Like it's like they already had a not before the 90-day sitch. This is like before again. Anyway, because before the 90 days means that he's not even coming out to America yet. That's which was what we already saw. Like she was in Britain. I guess we saw the other way or whatever. But basically it's the same thing. It's like before he's gotten the visa. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, this is the longest video that I'm going to cap at 100 minutes. Oh no, I got to talk about my dating life. Okay, so this is the end of me talking about these two brand new, or the new episode of 90 Day Fiance before the 90 days, and then I recapped the tell-alls. So I am really excited about this new season, and I'm into it. I can't wait for all the drama. You guys, if you want to leave me now, you're welcome to. Just remember to follow me at Chris L. Farah on Instagram and Twitter, and go to my Vanity Fair Facebook group, and like this video, and live your life. Now, let's get into with just the people left. I hope she gets a new dude halfway through this season. I mean, she has to. I don't know, like, or her and Stacey are just like out on the town, just getting drunk the whole time. Either one I would watch. I am single and mingling, and I'm excited about it. I'm just like living my life here. I'm trying to just like find, I'm just like practicing dating because I like realize I don't know exactly what I want. Other than I definitely just would like to meet someone in Los Angeles and live in Los Angeles so I can be close to my dad and my family. That's very important to me. And I want to meet someone who is financially secure because I find that financially secure men are a little more confident, and that energy makes me happy because I have a naturally like high energy, as well as my work is flexible and not as secure. So I want someone who's not expecting like the woman to bring home the bacon, because what I really want to do is raise kids and be able to do everything I do like when I want to or on the side, or if I want to take a break or whatever. I just really want to have kids. So I know that's a lot of like pressure to put on people. I have to really find the right guy. And I'm also just learning how I come off to men. I've had a lot of first dates of recent and no second dates, which is mildly baffling, but I'm not assigning a narrative to it. I'm radically accepting it as like this weird, multiple first course at a buffet style dating. Chris, what mascara are you wearing? I'm wearing Le Lancome Grandiose. I really love it. It's a little dry, so they're a little like the mascara is dry, so it's a little like dry. You deserve all the love you give, which is limitless. I mean, I want to like, I'm like a little old school. I want to like take care of a man, like, and have him like take care of my king, and then have him think of me as a queen, and then we like make a bunch of like princesses and princes together. I really am like, I mean, yeah, I'm very traditional when it comes to like gender roles and what I'm looking for in a man. I think I'm not embarrassed by it. I used to be like embarrassed by things, but like I come from an Arab American background. The way that I was raised, understanding, what men and women bring to, and I'm talking about cisgender men and heterosexual relationships, and I completely want everyone to live their lives how they want to live their lives. I think that that's the pursuit of liberty and happiness, is that everyone gets to live the way they want to live, and this is the way I want to live. Okay. Is that I'm used to a man taking care of his woman financially, and I'm used to a woman taking care of her man in the setting up of the home, in the comforts of life, in the entertaining, in the raising of the kids, in the emotional support. It's like I wasn't raised like splitting a bill. It doesn't make me feel good. It makes me feel devalued, disrespected. It makes me feel like disposable, like they don't know the queen that they have before them. I don't know if any of this makes sense to you. If it does, you know, God bless if I'm offending you in any way. I'm a feminist. You know, like I truly believe in the equality of women, but this when we're talking about courtship and dating, this is what I want. I think that we bring equal things to a relationship. I'm not going to turn my back on the things that I want to bring to a relationship and the things that I want from one. Well, I know what makes me, you know, I think when I like someone, it's how I feel with them. It's how they make me feel. And I hope that I make them feel great too. You know, like in a way, we're talking about Angela and Michael, like Angela in her way makes Michael feel like a man. Now it's different than the way I'm going to be with a man, but in a way, I want to make him feel like a man. I want him to make me feel like a woman. I'm getting all you guys saying like, get a mama's boy, bobbity blue. You know, people might, yeah, get rid of this Midori blobbity blue. I love it, by the way, that I'm wearing like Nordstrom pajamas. Chris, I'm curious, which 90-day partner is closest to your type? Any season is fair game. Ugh. I don't even know. I've never met a guy that's physically and like my I'm not, or I mean, none of them. I cannot think of any. I don't know. I'm sorry. I wish I could answer that for you. I'm not good at it. Michael Peace is going to provide, honey. I understand that, but at the same time, can someone get rid of Midori? Do I not have any more? Do I have any peeps in the house? Vanessa, I can make. Oh, I can't make anyone a thing. I'm like on my phone. Tell me if I can make you a moderator. I will. Can someone get rid of that person? Okay. I like the fact that Michael's going to provide, but at the same time, I also feel like he's someone who's going to want a new toy every 10 years. Thanks, Booze. Yeah, I don't know. What's Avery's husband's name? That guy? I forgot Avery and... Whoever Avery's husband is my type. Omar. I guess Omar. But like, yeah, Omar. Hot ass dentist. Arab dentist. Yeah, Omar. Now that I think about it, that's got to be the one. Yeah, so anyway, yeah, so I'm on the dating websites and I'm trying to like put myself in positions that also meet someone in real life that like shares common interests. I really love art. I really love museums. I really love theater. I love traveling. I love good food. I love good wine. Those are kind of hard to like put yourself in positions. I'm not gonna just like go to wine bars every night, but I try and like make myself go to events and be open to meeting people and like having genuine conversations with people. I'm also now at a point where I'll just like ask friends of mine to set me up with people. You know, which I think you can just like ask her what you want. But yeah, besides, so yeah, I'm in a stage of me like, even though I'm telling you all the very specific things I want, I'm really trying to be like, I'm trying to radically accept where I'm at right now, which is not in a relationship and just enjoying going on first dates and like feeling men out and like seeing how I am around them and like who makes me feel what way and having and being present in conversations, being like trying to practice like mindful dating. Oh, Teresa, I'm so sorry. I so hear for what you're saying. My husband brings home the bacon and I take care. Thank you so much. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Yeah, I think that, again, it's just, I'm so happy that people live their lives the way they want to and on such a beautiful spectrum of like gender and sexuality and the roles they want to play and what they want to do with their lives. And women, I'm very ambitious and driven in my career. I have a very specific career that is like entertainment. Like for instance, I'll just like be honest, like like yeah, I spend my life like going to auditions like the one I had on Monday and then waiting a whole day Tuesday to see if I got a call back for today. And it's like sometimes I get callbacks and sometimes I get booked and sometimes I don't get callbacks and sometimes I don't get booked. And I just this is the unfortunate part of what I want to do is that there's like a feeling of instability because I don't have complete control over the money that I make or not make. I have to like constantly get hired. And so just for that pure fact alone, I'm into the complementary force of bringing someone in my life to create a life with that has things that I don't have, which is the stability of like we know that when this person gets paid roughly around how much this person's going to get paid, like assuming this person's in good health and does good at their daily job or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's just a different realm that I'm in. And just like, even if we're not talking about financial stuff, I'm a person that lives, I'm a little anxious sometimes, and I have like a natural nervous system that's right here, and there's like a lot of beautiful qualities to that. I can be very reactive, but not in but in a way that like I'm very snappy, I'm very sassy. I like, I'm entertaining. I'm a very colorful person, like. But I had a conversation with someone that was interesting. It's like, yeah, men don't necessarily want like a funny person. I guess on a lot of female dating profiles, they'll say something like, girl will say something like, make me laugh and you have my heart. On dating profiles, I read if a guy's like, I'll tell you a joke, or, like, if a guy like talks about how funny he is, almost always they're not that funny. Also, if they're putting like a lot of like pride in the fact that they're funny, and I hate to say this, I will always be funnier than them. Why? Because this is what I do for a living. Because these are the skills that I have. I went to like a comedy grad school. So I want someone who's like chill, who's like a little peaceful, who's grounded, who like appreciates me, who like is just a little more of like a stable, grounding, strong, masculine force to level me out. And at the same time, I want to level him out. I want to, I know how to keep a home. I know how to throw great parties. I know how to entertain. I'm very social. I know how to like plan great vacations. I know how to cook great meals. I just like the things I want to give to a man, like I just have to find the perfect fit. Not that I don't want a guy who's smart and funny. But a guy who thinks he's funny is usually not funny. Now, if a guy says he's smart, I'm into it. But usually you don't say, I'm not saying in my profile that I'm like hilarious. I like to think of when I on my profile, I say like I'm looking for a guy with a high emotional IQ. I enjoy talking about deep things. I enjoy like being able to like banter up here in a fun, sassy, flirty way, and I enjoy also like going down into the depths of like what it means to be human and having a connection. I don't want like a wallflower that like doesn't get a joke or like can't laugh or is super serious. I just bring so much of that to the table. You know what I'm saying? There are a lot of crazy ass people in this chat right now. Thank you so much, Lisa, for doing the Lord's work. So anyway, yeah, guys, you're not gonna get past my moderator, so I have the best in the game, honey. So yeah, that's what I've been doing is like really working on just like having an open heart and an open mind when it comes to dating, while still understanding the things that I want and need, what makes me feel good. I really don't want to leave Southern California. I can't. In fact, I'm obsessed with my family. Like if you go on my Instagram, often there's just videos of me playing with my nieces and nephews, or multiple videos of me with my parents, my dad specifically, who raised me. I'm an only child. I will never want to leave him. I can't. I need to be around my cousins like Monique and stuff. I just need to. They're like my fuel. They're like my sunshine and my happiness. Maybe that's another part of like my culture or whatever, but like I need to see them. I don't have to tell you. I'd love to go to Alaska and host a comedy show with Wah. I would love to go on tour. I'd love to see all my peeps in Canada. You know who you are. I'm trying to put things together that way as well. I like have a brand new host, so we can talk about some of my career stuff. So I'm talking about so much dating stuff. Career stuff is going well. It's pilot season. I'm about to debut a brand new website. I have a hosting reel together. Really trying to get on top of that stuff. I know that I haven't been as impactful on YouTube as I want to be, but I really like this new season and I want to like do recaps for y'all, as well as I really want to commit to doing edited recaps, but things just keep coming up with my life, and these lives are just a lot easier to do, and I know I can get them out, and I don't have like a whole day of editing hanging over my head, which for an anxious person can be a little daunting. And sometimes just even knowing I have to a whole day to edit something is like too daunting for me. Like it just, or can feel overwhelming. Those are just honest things. I'm really trying to I have been on this journey of like getting hold of my anxiety, and I think I've made a lot of like progress. I'm not like super uber religious, but I am doing a couple of things for Lent, which if you were raised Catholic or you know about Catholic, it's like Lent is this time starting. Fat Tuesday happens, right? Then Ash Wednesday, which is today, happens, which I didn't get ashes today, but I did go to church on Sunday, but I didn't get ashes today, mostly because I knew I was going to do a workout at noon, and I just didn't want like a bunch of ashes sweating into my eyeballs, because you can't wash it off. Anyway, God bless. So, the things I'm going to do, though, is I'm going to intermittent fast every night for either 13 or 16 hours. And I'm going, instead of meat fasting, so like usually typically you don't eat meat on Fridays, but the truth is for my body, and I need meat. It makes me feel satiated. And I think that these like fasting rules are just like predicated by old white men 1,000 years ago. And I think that if you're going to subscribe to an organized religion, like you can kind of make it your own, which I don't have any problem doing. So my rules are I'll intermittent fast. And then the other thing is that I am like making sure I make my bed every morning and making sure that I do like a tidying sweep at night, which is just like putting away things, picking up any clothes that I've just like thrown about, and washing dishes that are in my washer. Now, I know this sounds super like, oh, you don't make your bed, you don't like tidy up every night, and the answer is like, no, I don't always do that. Making the bed, I hardly ever do, so unless I've just changed the sheets. So these are the things I'm doing as my Lent things that I'm like doing, and they're also low key healthy habits. The cleaning of the house and stuff, and like getting into like a freshly made bed, I think is like for anxious reasons and insomnia reasons, which I think is really good. And the intermittent fasting is a way for me to fast without having to like like abstain from meat, which I don't think is quite healthy for me at this time, as well as like I don't have to like listen to. I think that you can make things your own. I hate to make my bed. Oh, it's the worst. But at the same time, once you get like somewhat accustomed to it, you just kind of like fix a sheet every morning. Yeah, it's so weird how a tiny bit of meat can make you feel full for me. Me too. I was a vegetarian for 14 years, and like I just know what it's like to never just be like full because the amount of food you ate for like a minute, and then like 2 hours later be like, hi. Or just want to eat all the cheese in the world, and I'm not eating cheese right now. I'm not trying to eat dairy, which has helped my skin a bunch. But I just have to like, yeah, I'm just like working on what works for me. Okay. We are at a long ass time. We are almost at 2 hours, in fact. So I'm going to cut this off before we get to 2 hours. I really love you guys so much. I'm so thankful for you guys that are here, that have been here throughout this video. I hope this wasn't like super boring. I cannot believe I talked for 2 hours, but we got through a lot. And it's been a minute since I've gotten to do a live. I love you all so much. I hope you feel this from my heart. And I really appreciate you. And I hope that this year has been going good for you so far, that you had like a fresh perspective in 2020, that you had good President's Days and Valentine's Day. I hope that you aren't being inundated by the media of what's happening like politically and all over the world, just like the race is heating up and coronavirus is intense. And so just like do the things you need to do to be healthy and sane for you. I'm not telling you not to take a stand of things, but at the same time, it's like give yourself the care that you need, just because things can be overwhelming with the news cycle and stuff. So I really want to send my love and my warmth and my clarity to you. Remind you, you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter. I am at Chris L. Farah. The L is for my lips right now, which is just a lip pencil I have from Estee Lauder. I think it's like Dusty Rose or something. Maybe it's just the color, but anyway. Yeah, Vanity Fair on Facebook. Just search it. I'll let you in. And what else? Anything else? No. I really appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you for everything, guys. Take care of yourselves and each other. Stand up for what you believe and make art, okay? No, it's not the lip liner you gave me. That's a MAC lip liner. Thank you so. Oh, I keep losing. You know what? I keep trying to use my. I'm on my phone. Okay. I love you.